After spending more than a decade in classrooms and digging deep into autism for my master's research, I've realized something. The biggest, most complicated challenges, they almost always come down to a few really simple truths. So today, we're going to unpack all of that experience into 3 insights that, I promise, could change the way you see everything.
If you take away just one simple thing from our chat today, please let it be this. This idea right here, it's the master key. It unlocks literally everything else. The moment you stop seeing behavior as good or bad and start seeing it as a signal, as a form of communication, your entire world shifts. It is without a doubt the most important lesson I have ever learned.
All right, let's jump right in with our first insight. This one is all about flipping the script on how we think about a student who's struggling. It's about moving from seeing defiance to really understanding the reality of overwhelm.
We've all seen it, right? The student who's shutting down, or the one acting out, the one who just seems to be, well, difficult. But what if that's not what's really going on? What I've seen, time and time again, is that this student isn't trying to be bad. They're sending out an SOS. Their internal system has just crashed, and the behavior you see, that's just the smoke from the fire.
So, what's causing that crash? Well, it could be their sensory system has just hit a total wall. The lights are buzzing, the room's too loud, it's just chaos. Or maybe their executive function, the part of the brain that's like the CEO of planning and organizing, is just completely overloaded. And when you get that, it leads to this huge shift. Instead of trying to fix the child, you realize the most powerful thing you can do is change the environment. A quieter corner, clearer directions, those are the real game changers.
And that idea of changing the environment, it leads us perfectly into our second big insight. Now, this one might sound like a total paradox at first, but trust me, it is absolutely essential for supporting neurodivergent kids.
I know, it sounds kind of backward, doesn't it? But think about it. For a brain that gets overwhelmed really easily, knowing what's coming next is like a deep, calming breath. When a student knows the plan, their brain doesn't have to waste all this precious energy being anxious and trying to predict the future. And that frees up so much space for the things that really matter. For learning, for creating, for just being a kid.
So one of the best and simplest ways to create that structure is with a visual schedule. Seriously. This isn't about being rigid or controlling. It's about providing clarity. It answers that constant nagging question in the back of their mind, what's next? And I really want to be crystal clear about this. This is not just for little kids. Visuals like schedules and checklists are incredible tools for building independence at any age. They're all about empowerment.
Okay, on to our third and final insight. This one goes beyond the practical tips and really gets to the absolute core, the heart of what it means to create a space where every single person can actually thrive.
So here's the bottom line, and it's a big one. A child will never, ever learn from someone they don't feel safe with. It's just not going to happen. If a student is feeling scared or anxious or defensive, the learning parts of their brain literally go offline. So before we can even think about correcting a behavior or teaching a lesson, we have to build that foundation of trust and safety. Connection has to come first, always.
And that is what real inclusion is all about. It's not just about giving a kid a chair in a classroom. It's so much more than that. True inclusion is that feeling of belonging. It's the feeling that you're seen, that you're valued, and that it's safe to be exactly who you are. When we can create that feeling, learning just happens. It's a natural result.
These 3 insights, they're pretty much the foundation of everything, I believe. But honestly, we're just scratching the surface here. Over at my channel, Inclusive Insights, we go way deeper into all the research-backed strategies that really honor every type of brain. If any of this is resonating with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and come join the conversation.
And I just want to leave you with this one last thought. This is for every student, every parent, every teacher out there. Please remember this. You are not broken. You just have a unique operating system. And our job is to learn how it works, to honor it, and to help it run beautifully.